What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. You guys made it. I'm so proud of you. It's Saturday. You guys made it. In all seriousness, I want to say I'm proud of you guys for making it through the week, because I know school can get rough sometimes. We're getting kind of close to the summer. It's warming up a little bit. I live in Las Vegas, so the weather is really weird. Sometimes it'll be 40 degrees. The next day it'll be 85. So I don't know what's going on in your state, but in Las Vegas, it's kind of weird. Wait, Las Vegas is not a state. In Nevada, there we go. It's kind of weird. One thing I need to address is we have been absolutely blowing up in terms of our subscribers. I think we've gained 1,000 subscribers over the past couple days. So to all of my new fans out there, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys do stick along, because I know this might not be the content for you, but I promise you guys I will keep you entertained, and I do appreciate your support. Let's get into the video. I think this video is going to be pretty cool because it kind of brought me back to my old days. I have not played baseball professionally, not even professionally, like collegiately in high school in a couple years. So the fact that it's been so long since I've played baseball and this makes me relive all of my old memories, I want to do that for you guys too. So what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about the best baseball bats of all time. We're talking about bats from 2006, 2007. So I'm going to make you guys feel a little bit nostalgic. If you don't know what nostalgic means, it means like you think of something from the past and it just makes you feel good. You're just nostalgic. That's the word for today, nostalgic. Before the video even begins, I want you guys to leave a comment down right now. What is your favorite baseball bat of all time? Or what is it might not be your favorite, but what is the best baseball bat of all time? It could be a wood bat, it could be a metal bat, it could be anything that you want, just the best or your favorite bat of all time. My personal favorite bat of all time was the Louisville Slugger Trident. I thought if I had that bat in my hands, I was Babe Ruth. So it was almost like I injected myself with steroids if I had that in my hand. So that was my favorite bat of all time. Make sure that you guys leave a comment with yours. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. These are just opinions. I'm not going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the best bats of all time. This is just, in my opinion, the best 6 bats of all time. Alright, so the first bat that we're going to talk about, this bat is so near and dear to my heart. Again, this is my favorite bat of all time. We're talking about the Louisville Slugger TPX Trident. Now, this thing was an absolute machine. Every time I had this bat in my hands, all the bats that we're going to be talking about today, I have used, so I do have some experience, but this is my favorite bat of all time. I don't think it's the best bat that I've ever used, but just because I used it for a year, 2 years, and I just hit so well with it. Again, it was my favorite bat of all time. So the reason why I liked it, so I'm going to kind of read off the description of the bats as I go along. So they kind of emphasize the fact that it was like a 3-piece bat. So the unique 3-piece design allows the barrel and the handle to be designed and built as individual units. The bubble transition zone, the middle of the bat, brings everything together to function as a more advanced 1-piece bat. And I just think it was a composite bat. It was a 3-piece bat. Everyone wanted to have this. I remember, so I was on the Las Vegas Warriors, and there was another team called the Las Vegas Stars. Every time we played each other, it was havoc. There were so many runs that were scored, and they were all scored at the hands of this bat right here, the Louisville Slugger TPX Trident. Again, my favorite bat of all time. So what do you guys think? So coming up next, I could not really decide whether or not the CF3 was the best of the bats or the CF4 was the best of the bats, and I did use both. So it was a toss-up between the CF3 black or the CF4 normal one, and I actually went with the CF4 silver bat. The reason why is because I used this bat in high school, and this thing dropped daddy bombs. I mean, every time you had this bat in your hands, again, you just felt like you were Babe Ruth. You felt like you were Ted Williams at the dish. It was almost like you had steroids inside the bat. It was like you had a corked bat in your hands, and that's why eventually these bats were banned, because they were just too good from their own good. So if there was a toss-up between the CF3 and the CF4, but the reason why I went with the CF5 is because just of the description. So the reason why is the CF4 composite senior league bat is designed after the original, but it has a carbon material that is 22% stronger and has an 11% longer barrel than most composite bats. So it was just a step above the CF3, so that's why I went with this one above that one. So if you had this bat, it was so expensive. I think it was like $400. So I never had the bat personally, but a lot of my friends did, and eventually my friend actually gave me the bat, so that's where that came from. A lot of these bats I didn't end up getting kind of as my career progressed, but I never bought them. They were kind of just secondhand. They never used the bat. Like my friend Quinn, his dad was a brain surgeon, so he had nothing but money to spend. So he had the Stealth Speed, he had the Trident, he had the CF4. All of them eventually made it into my garage. So again, I've used all of these bats. I would say CF4 is definitely a top 5 bat. I don't know if it's the best of all time, but I want you guys to tell me in the comments, what do you think? Oh my goodness, this next bat brings up so many memories. So we are talking about the 2008 Anderson Tekzilla, the first time that I ever used this bat. So this was back in Little League. So it was the last year of Little League when we were on the All-Star team, and I had been using a Stealth XL Little League bat the entire season. I think I hit 7 home runs that entire season. But our first practice at All-Stars, so my friend Grant and my friend Brandon, they each used this bat. And this bat, it was so weird because the more that you use the Tekzilla, so it started off as like a circle shape, but the more that you used it, it would kind of cave in on itself and make it have a flat surface. So that flat surface combined with the pop of this bat, I promise you, I would have hit like 15 to 20 home runs alone that season. That's not even including All-Stars. I remember our first BP session in All-Star, I was hitting home run, home run, home run, and the coach goes, Fuzzy, if you would have been using this bat the entire season, you would have been the best player in the league. So this bat made you twice the player that you should have been. That's why they banned it pretty much instantly. I remember the bat was so good that the umpires would have to check the bat to see if it was flat, because it was flat. Flat to a square surface makes it a lot easier to hit the ball and actually makes the surface area a little bit smaller so you can hit the ball farther. So that's why this bat was so good. I honestly, personally think that this is the greatest baseball bat of all time because it was so cheesy, it was so unfair to use that people, even in All-Stars, just if you had the bat, you didn't even use it because it was so unfair. So again, what do you guys think of the Tekzilla, the Anderson, whether it's the 2007 model or the 2008? I personally think this is the greatest baseball bat of all time. Now, this one is kind of like the CF3 and the CF4 discussion. This is the Stealth Speed. I wasn't sure if I was going to go with the Stealth Speed or if I was just going to go with the regular Stealth that came out a few years before that. But the description of the Stealth Speed is it's a two-piece design, increases bat speed acting like a hinge. The con blah 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 provides the most efficient energy transfer from handle to barrel, resulting in maximum bat head whip for a quicker bat and more powerful speed. So the vibration reduction system, when you hit the bat, it's not going to sting your hands. It was at a 95, so it just felt comfortable. It was a little top heavy, I will give you that, but every time that you made contact with this bat, it went 400, 500, 600, 700, 1,000 feet. Not really, but every time you had this bat in your hands, you felt like a superhero. You felt like Superham, yeah, like Super Hambino. You know what I mean? But you felt like Superman at the dish. Man, all of these bats bring back so many good memories because, again, I don't play baseball anymore, but this brings me back to when I was like 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. And these were just so much fun to use. And I know now that we're using all the Bbcor and all that different stuff, they're not as fun to use because they just don't have enough pop because they're trying to make it be like wood bats. But again, the Easton Stealth Speed, one of my favorite bats of all time. Again, a top 5 bat. I'm not sure if it's the best, but definitely holds a special place in my heart. Okay, so this next bat wasn't even fair. So we're talking about the Combat B3. This was a composite bat as well. So before that, there was the B1 and the B2. Those bats were pretty good as well, but the B3 really defined expectations for what illegal bats truly stood for. So every time, again, you had to be rich to have this bat because this was like a $400, $500 bat. And every time that you were a pitcher and you saw someone coming up, especially if it was like a big left-handed hitter and he was 6 feet tall at 12 years old and he had this bat in his hand, you almost want to say, like, Coach, can you bring in someone else? Like, I'm trying to keep my ERA under 3, under 2, but this guy's gonna hit a jack, so I don't want to play this guy. So the B3, again, any combat that has ever been released has been really good, but I think the B3 really stands out above the rest. Just the color of it, the blue and the white and the silver, and just as a bat all around, it was really good. I don't know if it was as good as the Tekzilla or even the CF4, but the Combat B3 was definitely one to remember. If you guys want to see a part 2 to this video, let me know down in the comment section down below, because now we're getting to our final bat. We are talking about the 2007, we are talking about the 2010 DeMarini Voodoo Black. That is a hugely long sentence, but this is probably my second favorite bat of all time because I used this in my last year of All-Stars and I hit a walk-off 3-run home run against Summerlin South Little League. So this bat is very special to me. I think my dad sold it in a garage sale and I'm still mad. I'm still super pissed. He sold one of my favorite bats of all time for like $25 at a garage sale. I'm still upset about that because I wanted to keep that for forever. But this bat, I don't know if you guys remember the Bryce Harper highlight video before he was even drafted, before he even played college baseball. He used this to hit a ball up. So back at Tropicana Field, I think he hit the roof at Tropicana Field. He also hit the catwalks in back right field. This bat was absolutely amazing. I will leave a video of him hitting so you guys can kind of understand what I meant. The only downside to this bat was the grip. It fell off after 5 at bats. It just began to unravel. So they could have used some better glue or some better adhesive for the grip. But as a bat, this thing, again, there was no weakness to this bat aside from the grip. If you jammed yourself, it kind of played it didn't really do much because it had such a big barrel. So again, the DeMarini Voodoo, this was one of my favorite bats of all time. Again, that is going to be the last bat for today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. If you want to see part 2, again, let me know. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I like me better when I'm with you.